everybody, it's Geordie from Geordie Colours. Thank you so much for joining me and welcome to another episode of Sunday Snippets. So I'm going to show you a few things I've been working on, and then I want to do a little bit of experimenting today. I have no idea how it's going to go. It's experimental, obviously, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So last week I was working on a page in Sagen by Maria Trolle. This is for my Colour the Fairy Tales hashtag. And a fairy tale for the month of January is Puss in Boots, and this is what I did. So I was using the Joanna Stone colour palette created specifically for my Colour the Fairy Tales hashtag, and this was the palette for Puss in Boots, and I love it. Love the colour palette. Love how my cats turned out. Was absolutely petrified about doing a background, so I just did a very, very subtle background with some distress watercolour pencils. Not sure it's great, but I do love the image. I love the cat. I really like how he's turned out. So that's my completed page from what I was working on last week. I then also finally completed a page in this beautiful book. This is Cat and Cute Friends Flower Path by Akawa Sora. And I did this page. This is a buddy colour with the lovely Calmly colouring, she's shown me like progress pics of her page, and it looks amazing. I'm not particularly happy with how my page turned out. I think it's okay. I like the flower border that I did, just not so keen on the grass and the trees here in the background. And then I tried to do something fancy with the sky, and I'm not sure that that particularly works either. But overall, I think it's a cute page, and it's good to have a page finished in this book finally, because this book I've had for so long and been terrified about touching it. So glad to make a start in that book. I have also been working on, I literally sat down and did a really quick start on this page. This is Moon Valley by Maria Trolle, and this is my project book, and I am working on these two pages this month. So I did a very quick layer of distress watercolour pencils for a background here. I need to go back and smooth that out because that is just the initial layer, but that's a start, and I think that's going to look quite nice. I have some ideas for these two pages, so I'm hoping they'll work. So yeah, I'm going to be trying to get that finished this week. But today I wanted to do some experimenting. So I've pulled out mine Frühlings Spaziergang. Never know if I'm saying that right, by Rita Berman. This is Rita Berman's Spring Walk. I'm feeling like spring. I want spring to come. I'm sick of rain and wet. The weather has actually been a lot warmer the last couple of days here, which is great. And yeah, the sun is kind of trying to come out today, so it's all good. And yeah, like I say, I wanted to do some experimenting. Let me try and zoom you in a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that'll do, I think. So anyway, I was looking at this book and I saw, where's it gone? This page with the crocuses, and I thought this would be kind of fun. And I say experimenting because I want to try using my Zig Clean Colour Real Brush markers today. I haven't used these for so long. These are by Kuretake, which are the same people that do the I can't get that to focus. The same people that do the Ganzo Tambi watercolors. So yeah, these are lovely. They're really, really fine water-based brush tip markers. Now you can apply them direct, and there's a blender pen, but what I'm going to do today is use them as watercolors. So I've got my palette here. This is my Caran d'Ache palette. I'm going to use the smooth side, and I'm going to let me move that across so you can get all of it in. And yeah, I'm going to use them as watercolors. So I have a kind of makeshift swatch chart here that I've got, and I've pulled out some colors here on my desk. I'm just going to grab some and see how we go. I don't know what colors I've got here. Yeah, so let me try these. So I've got what have I got? I've got purple, I've got a light violet, I've got violet and lilac. So So I'm going to use violet and lilac, I think, to begin with. And yeah, let's just have a little bit of fun, see how this goes. So what I do is I scribble a little bit of colour onto my palette here. I'll just use the darker one to begin with, and then I get my water brush. I've got a water brush here. Just gonna drop a drop of water on there. I want this to be quite light. I don't want it to be too intense. And yeah, I'm just gonna experiment. Let's see. I have no idea if this is going to work, but what I like to do is just to lay in a bit of colour with this, and then I kind of just dab it. Oh, I don't know. I really don't know what I'm doing. I just go for it. Yeah. I'm not the best at watercolouring by any stretch of the imagination, but it's fun to experiment. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of lay that on in places. I should have maybe started with the lighter colour. I've gone with the darker colour to begin with, which was maybe not such a great idea, but hey ho, we're just going to kind of flick some colour on and see how it pans out. Like I said, these have been sitting around on my shelf for ages, and I was just kind of looking at them this morning. I was like, I really feel like using those. I'm gonna have a go with them and see how they turn out. And yeah, it'll be fun. If nothing else, it'll be fun. Yeah, I like to have a play around every now and then. Oh, no, sorry, that's my other iPad talking to me. Yeah, so we're just gonna do that. I don't know how this, I should have started with my lighter colour, which would have been probably the more sensible thing to do, but let's lay some of that down. So this is lilac, and it dries pretty quick. I mean, it doesn't take too long to dry it all, and I'm just going to kind of spread that onto the rest of the, yeah, that's really pale, so maybe got quite a bit of water here as well. Yeah, maybe the darker one is best anyway. It's really, really pale. I'll just give a wash of colour all over that. And then I can come back and add some darker bits in a minute. There's a lot of water I've got on my brush there. And try and dry that off about my cloth. I'm just going to take my cloth actually and just go over the top, because that's tons of water. Yeah, and that's bled through. Oh, and I like that page as well. Never mind. Like I say, we're experimenting. So I'm going to leave that one because that's really wet. And it's really gone through. Never mind. It's okay. These books are kind of like, they're kind of books that I don't use all that often. So, you know, if we make a bit of a mess in them, it doesn't matter. They're not my favourite Rita Berman books, these season books. I like them, but they're not my favourite, and I rarely touch them. So we'll just, you know, it doesn't matter too much if we have a bit of an experiment and see how this goes. I might end up regretting it, but it's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. So yeah, I'm just taking the lighter colour now and just adding a wash, which is what I should have done with that one first, but I kind of messed that up and went straight with the dark colour. I'm going to do some yellow as well, so I don't want to do them all in purple. And I think, are these different flowers, or are they crocuses as well? Let's do them like crocuses. We may as well do all of them the same. Seem to be getting a lot of water out of this brush. I don't know why. I'm going to add a bit more. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to water it down quite so much, because it's very pale. Yeah, that's better. Like I say, we're experimenting with having some fun. Watercolouring is just, I find it so relaxing, and it's actually quite a quick method of colouring, I think. Doesn't take long at all. These ones are definitely different flowers, so I'm going to do them different. I'll do this one as well. So yeah, I'm just going to add a wash of colour, and then I can go over with a darker colour on top. Let's see how this goes. It might turn out terrible. It might be a disaster, but it's okay. Right, I'm going to get them with this darker one now and go into these ones over here. I wish I was more adept at watercolouring. I'm really not. I see that stuff that some people do, and I love it. I think it looks so good. I'm just, yeah, it's not so, well, I haven't practiced much of it, so, you know, I've only got myself to blame, really. I feel like this, yeah, maybe is not going to turn out the way that I wanted it to, but it might dry down okay. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, so what else have I been doing this week? Not a great deal of colouring. It's been half term here, and I thought I might get more time to sit down and colour. As it turned out, I didn't, because I was too busy doing family stuff and yeah, you know, acting as a taxi for my kids, which is inevitable really in holidays, isn't it? That's all good. I tried to catch some of Jess's live stream yesterday. I don't know if you saw any of that. Jess from Colouring Bumblebee was doing a live stream for Colouring for Cancer, which is the initiative started by Joe at Piggy Pen's Tube. And so Jess was live streaming pretty much all day yesterday. I caught a very tiny amount. I caught 10 minutes of it. And I actually happened to catch it right when she was doing her giveaway. I didn't win, but yeah, it was awesome. She did such a good job. It raised a load of money for Colouring for Cancer for the World Cancer Research Fund. And it was just so good. It was so good. This community it's just awesome and keeps coming out in force for this amazing charity event, and I just think it's just so cool. So yeah, well done, Jess. I'm sorry I couldn't catch more of it. It looked like it was so much fun. She was doing challenges. She was like colouring pages in 3 minutes and 5 minutes, and you should have seen the pages she was doing. Like, they were so good. It would have taken me like hours to do what she did in 3 minutes. I was like, how did you do that? Her pages always turn out so good. Yeah, she did some beautiful colouring yesterday on camera, and like I say, all for such a good cause. It was really good to see. And yeah, I just think it was awesome. So well done, Jess, and I'm sorry I couldn't catch more. She had a lot of support though. It was really cool to see. She had tons of people there supporting her, and yeah, it was really good. It was such a good kind of event. And yeah, if you managed to see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you didn't manage to see it, do try and catch it on the catch up, because I think it's just so good. And like I say, it was all for such a good cause, and she did such a good job. Okay, it's not looking terrible. I'm a bit gutted about the bleed through, but yeah, well, the reality is, when am I ever gonna? I've had this book for years and I've done 2 pages, so you know, let's not stress too much about the bleed through. Okay, so there's some purple ones. I don't like how that's looking. I'm gonna go in with some kind of yellowy ones, I think. Let's have a look. What have I got? I pulled out some colours beforehand just to try and see. So what have I got here? I've got orange, I've got bright yellow, and I've got yellow. So I'm going to start with yellow. Let's wipe that off a bit. It does look very vivid, the yellow. I don't know if you can see that. It does look really bright. But we'll water it down a bit and hopefully it will be okay. Right, I need to wipe my brush off a bit so it's not so saturated. And let's just add a little wash of colour to these ones. I love crocuses. It does just have a feeling of spring when you see crocuses around. And they are starting to come out now, which is really nice. You see them in the kind of popping up in the grass and places, and yeah, it's lovely. My brush is still too wet. What else has been happening? Oh, I went to see Wuthering Heights at the cinema. Yeah, it was like the 50 Shades of Grey version of Wuthering Heights. It was good. It was good. I enjoyed it. Yeah, but I wouldn't say it was a strictly kind of authentic retelling of the story. But you know, it was entertaining. And it was a feast for the eyes. There was a lot kind of going on, and obviously Margot Robbie is absolutely stunning, as is Jacob Elordi. I never know how to say his name. So yeah, it was good. It was good. It was but like I say, not a particularly faithful retelling. But it was Wuthering Heights in quotation marks, so you know, I think probably they realised it wasn't kind of sticking to the novel. But yeah, I did enjoy it. If you've seen it, let me know what you thought. I'm trying to see, I think this is one back here as well. Yeah, so we did that. What else did I do? I haven't done anything much in particular, but kind of just been doing bits and pieces. I don't know, just driving kids around and stuff. I think, is that one down there as well, or is that a leaf? I don't know, it's quite hard to tell. That's quite hard to tell. I'm going to add some to that just in case, because I don't know what that is. It could be a leaf, or it could be part of the crocus. I don't know, I feel like that's a leaf. Yeah, well, we'll do it like that. Okay, so I'm going to pull out a slightly darker colour. So let's go with the bright yellow and add some to that. I might end up kind of like adding more to these as well, but I just want to start with a little bit because the paper is not taking the water particularly well. But yeah, it's just a fun way to colour. I like colouring like this. It doesn't seem to take very long, and it's a little bit more fluid, and I don't know, just a little bit more relaxed than using, not particularly dark, is it? Than using let's try the orange and just see how that goes. Yeah, it's not as what's the word I'm looking for? It's just like a more relaxed way of colouring rather than using pencils. I would say it's kind of less precise and just I don't know what I'm trying to say. But it's quick. I think you get a lot of colour down quite quickly. Not that speed is necessary, but yeah, I don't know, it was something different, and I just felt like doing something different today and having a little experiment with some stuff that I haven't used for a while. And they have some great colours in this set as well. I can't remember how many pens I've got. I've got a few. But like I say, I've had them for quite a long time. I was actually quite worried that they would be dried up, but they weren't, obviously. They seem to be working still pretty good. Which, considering how long I've had them, I mean, I've had them, I want to say about 7 years, I think. So, yeah, quite a long time. And they're still going strong, so that's always good. Yeah, I really don't know whether this is a crocus as well, or whether it's something else. I don't know. Oh, I think I'm going to have to add more to this. I don't know. I think it's okay. I'm kind of just using the lines that Rita Berman has kind of indicated on here to help me. I'm not doing anything fancy, just kind of adding a little bit in there. It's still a little bit damp. These ones dried a bit. Yeah, look how much it's bled through. Oh, loads. So yeah, don't use this technique if you want to save your book. It's not ideal for that, but that's okay. Like I say, I don't use these books very often, and they've been sitting on my shelf for quite a while, and I've not really done much with them, so yeah, that looks okay. I feel like my yellow is a bit meh, just not as bright as I would have liked it, but I don't want to go over it too much because I feel like it's going to be a little bit still a little bit damp, and I don't want to put too much water on it because the paper might tear. Okay, let's go with some, I don't know what colour to do these down here. I've got these other violet-y colours. Let's have a look at these. So I've got a light violet and purple. So let's try a little bit of the light violets. See what that turns out like. Quite pinky. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I just like to mess around with stuff like this and see how it goes. I'm planning on coming over with some like glitter gel pens and things when it's all dry, and I'll add some details with that. I don't know if I really wanted all these flowers pink, but I'm gonna go with it now. I'm just gonna shove this on here really quickly. And like I say, just have a bit of fun. And some are lighter, some are darker. That's all good. We want a little bit of variation in our flowers. They don't have to be all exactly the same. And that's the kind of the beauty of watercolor. It's quite fluid and, you know, loose. You don't have to be precise with it. Not like pencils where you know, like it is very precise. Just using some watercolors is just kind of about, like I say, experimenting, having fun, playing, seeing what you come up with. Right, let's get some of that darker one there. That does look really dark. I don't know how it's going to water down though. Let's see. Kind of, I don't know what I'm doing. Just having a bit of fun. That's all good. A little bit on there. don't know if I like that at all. But too late now. It's fun to try new things every now and then and not kind of just stick to the same old, same old. I know what colours I didn't get out. I wanted some blues, but I'll worry about that in a minute. Okay, so because I don't want to keep going over the same areas, I'll just add a little bit in places here. So we've got those kind of like folded up areas. Just add a little bit of darker colour. Kind of make them stand out a bit. And if you want to do this technique, you can like add pencil and stuff over the top. I won't bother. This is just meant to be like fun and quick and, like I say, just a bit of an experiment. Just trying things out. Pushing myself out of my comfort zone a little bit and, you know, having a bit of a play. Okay. It's very soft, I think. Right. Wipe that up. Where have I got a top from that? Right, do I want to do some green? Do we want to come back and I think that's still a little damp. I might try adding a little bit more of the purple though on top and just seeing if I can get a little bit more definition there. So I'm not going to water it down quite so much, and I'm going to try and go in quite fine and just add a little bit of extra depth. And that's the other great thing about watercolors, you just keep layering it and you get, you know, more depth and definition, and yeah, it's just a fun medium to try out every now and then. I don't think I would use this method on like a book that I was really worried about, but on a book like this where I you know, like I don't do much in it, and it's just nice to pull it out. And I think that's what I'll be using these seasons books more for, is just like this kind of experimental kind of stuff where I don't feel like I'm stressing myself out if I don't get it quite right. It's good to have, you know, books like that where you can kind of just have a play without being too worried about it. I feel like the pale purple is almost too pale, so I might have to come back in with some of that as well. Darken up those bits. I want the colour to be a little bit more concentrated, but it's as I'm using it, it's kind of watering down a bit. But yeah, I don't think I would feel comfortable doing this in, like, say, my Hannah Carlzon books or anything. Although the paper in Hannah Carlzon's books would probably take this a lot better than this paper, which is a little bit thinner. Yeah, I think that looks okay. That looks looks all right. Go again with the orange again and try and do the yellowy crocuses. What you really want is that contrast between colours, because that's what really makes things stand out. Just a little touch of a darker colour. I'm going to go in with that lightest yellow again though, that is really pale. Yeah, what else can I talk about? I feel like I haven't done much this week. Back to work tomorrow, so back to kind of normality, so to speak. Yeah, back to school for the kids. It's always hard going back, isn't it? You kind of get used to having a bit of downtime, and it has just been like one of those kind of holidays where we haven't done much, but it's just been nice not to have to get up early, not to, you know, like have loads of stuff planned. It's actually just been kind of nice just to chill out and rest a little bit, and yeah, it's been good. So it's definitely gonna be hard tomorrow going back to normal. I don't sleep in late. Anyway, I'm not like a late sleeper. I can't really sleep in for hours and hours, but just knowing that the alarm clock's not set and just kind of, you know, waking up naturally without having to worry about it. Yeah. Okay, I think that's looking all right. I think that's okay. Right, do I want to do some greens? Dunno. What do you think? Do you think it's looking alright? Okay, I've got greens here. What greens am I going to use? I think I'm going to start with pale green. It's just really pale. Let's see. It's really pale. I don't know how much colour that's going to add to anything, but we'll give it a go. Gives a slight colour. So I have to be careful not to muddy the colours by kind of mixing them too much, because if they're wet, they will blend with each other, and then you get a little bit of a muddy brown colour rather than the pure colour that you want. I have to put some more of that down because it's super duper pale. This is by no means going to be a masterpiece, but it was interesting actually, because I did a colour along on my channel for, it was in A Million Hugs and Kisses by Lulu Mayo, and I was saying, you know, look, this is not going to be a masterpiece. It's not going to be perfect, and sometimes that's okay, and I think that kind of resonated with a few people, like that idea that actually just colour, you don't have to have it perfect every time. It doesn't have to be a masterpiece. It doesn't have to be, you know, Instagram worthy every time. It's just sometimes just about putting colour on paper, having fun and enjoying the process. And that's definitely what this is about today, because I know this is not going to turn out to be a masterpiece. I think it's going to look okay. I think it'll be quite pretty, but it's not going to be like my best work, you know. It's not. I just want to have fun today, and I just really felt like playing around with this medium and seeing what I could come up with. And yeah, that's okay. That's okay. You don't have to create a masterpiece every time you sit down. As long as you're having fun, as long as you're enjoying the process, as long as you're getting something from it, relaxation or enjoyment in some way, shape or form, then, you know, that's all you need. And I really, yeah, it was nice to hear people's comments after that saying, actually, this really helped me, because there was one subscriber who said that they'd been in a bit of a colouring slump for a while, because they just, every time they looked at it, they couldn't figure out what they wanted to do and how they wanted it to work, and they were so worried about messing up, and it kind of stopped them from doing anything. And yeah, it was nice to get a reminder for them that actually it doesn't have to be perfect. You can just have fun, just enjoy the process, put some colour on paper. It might not turn out great. That's okay. It's all right. And this is kind of what this is about today as well. This is very much just about having a bit of fun and, yeah, experimenting and trying a medium that I haven't used for ages and just kind of wanted to play around with. And yeah, I feel quite happy about that. Even though I know, you know, it might end up looking a complete mess. Who cares? Just go out and enjoy the process. Okay, so I have added a bit of that green. What colour might I want next? I might go with it's light green. I might go with May green, I think. I can find which one's May green. Yeah, that one. I'll try that one. It's a bit darker. Let's see how this goes. I'm using quite a fine brush, I should say, as well. It's it can get quite a fine point, just so I can add these details in without making too. I'm still making a mess. I'm still making a mess. I can't get away from making a mess because, you know, I'm not a particularly precise person. So yeah, I'm still making a mess, but it is a finer brush. I would be making more of a mess if it was a bigger brush. Yeah, it's just fun. It's just enjoyable, and it's a nice way to color because there's no like pressure on your hand or anything like that. It's just very what's the word, gentle coloring, I suppose. It's not yeah, I don't know. It's meant to be loose and kind of wishy-washy in a way. It's not meant to be kind of like this, yeah, very precise. I don't know. For me, pencils are really precise and really detailed and more about precision, whereas this is kind of just more about being quite loose and yeah, I don't know, not being too worried about being perfect. I hope that's making sense. Yeah, it's all about having fun. I mean, not that I don't, yeah, I shouldn't say that I make it sound like using pencils is a chore. It's not. I really enjoy using my pencils, but sometimes I just want to do something different and produce something, yeah, just a bit different looking and in a different way. I am looking forward to going back and using my pencils on my Maria Trolle book. I'm looking forward to doing those pages. I have some ideas in mind of how I want to approach that. Oh, I saw Joanna Stone did this awesome video on how she uses wax crayons. So she was using Neocolor ones, but I've seen her do some amazing pages with just like Crayola crayons. And yeah, so she showed the techniques that she uses, and I was like, I've got to try that. So I have ordered some Crayola crayons. I thought about the Neocolor ones, but they're quite expensive, and I figured I should probably start with something a little less expensive, just to have a play around. So I'm looking forward to those coming and having a try out with those. She was coloring this amazing book. It was one of the Cute and Cozy books, and she was using one of her color palettes, and it was just fascinating to watch. It's just a really short video. It's only like 10 minutes. But yeah, I'd highly recommend going to have a look at that, because it was so good. I've missed a bit of leaf up there. It was so good, and I learned a lot from watching it, and I was quite fascinated with how she did this technique with the crayons. Yeah, it was so cool. There's so many mediums that I need to learn and practice with. Like, I've still got my oil pastels that I have had sitting there for a while now, and I've just been too terrified to pull them out and try them. But yeah, I do need to get those out and have a go with them, because yeah, I've seen some amazing results with oil pastels, and I just have to bite the bullet and be brave enough to make a bit of a mess. Maybe I should try doing something experimental on one of these Rita Berman seasoned books again, just because, like I say, I feel like I can use these books a little bit like that, because they're not my favourite books, and I'm not so worried if I make a mess. It's not the end of the world. So yeah, maybe I should just do that. But yeah, she was doing some awesome things with these crayons, and I was like, oh, they look so good. But I know when I go to use them, I won't get it looking like she did. Mine will never look like, I will never be able to get it looking right. But I'm quite excited to try them. And it's fun to keep things fresh and interesting. Okay. I mean, I don't think this is looking terrible. It's not brilliant, but it's not terrible. Oh, I've got the wrong lid on that. I put my water brush lid on the wrong one. Right, I'm going to try some of this. This is a light green. It's a bit more yellowy, maybe. I'm just going to do a little bit on these leaves here. But yeah, it doesn't take long to fill up a page like this, and it, like I say, it's all just in good fun. I like to experiment every now and then. You have to let me know in the comments if you've tried any new mediums or techniques. I'd love to know. If you've tried crayons, if you've tried oil pastels, maybe you've tried watercoloring for the first time. Yeah, it's good to expand your horizons and try new things. And, who knows, you could end up with something that is really awesome. You could, like me, just end up with something that you like. That's okay. But again, yeah, like I say, there's nothing wrong with that. I think if I had to do like a 3-minute challenge, then maybe this medium would be the medium I would choose, because it doesn't take long to kind of add colour to a page. It's best if you can let it kind of dry in between, so you're not yeah, not adding kind of too much colour over each other. The great thing about these is a clean colour real brush pens as well is that you can use them on dry on top. So once it's dried, you can use it on top to add some details, and because they're so fine, you can add some quite fine details. I don't know if I'll bother doing that. I'm just going to keep this really simple, and yeah, not stress too much about creating a masterpiece. Like I say, just about having a bit of fun. I did see a bit that I missed. Oh, here, that's right. So I'm going to bring some of this one again. Just a touch. I need a bit more water, I think. Water doesn't want to come out of my water brush. Oh, I can't get it coming out. Where is it? Squeezing really hard and it's not coming. Why is it not working? There we go. We got it. Now I've got too much. Typical. I just want to fill in these little bits here. Right, I'm going to wipe that off. And I'm going to pull out a slightly darker colour. This is green. It's quite bluey looking. I think that'll work now. I'm just going to add a dab of this to the ends of these leaves. Yeah, I mean this is definitely no masterpiece. It's a really relaxing way to colour though. It's just easy on the hands, quite easy to apply the colour and get, you know, a bit of a colour payoff. It's just easy peasy. Yeah, it's so nice to feel the weather warming up. It really is. I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to having a little bit more sun. I honestly didn't think I would be quite so I didn't think I would miss the sun as much as I have done. For those that don't know, I moved from Abu Dhabi to back to England. I've lived in Abu Dhabi for 7 years, and I didn't think I would miss the sun as much as I am. I really didn't. It's been tricky. I think it's just been so wet. It's been so wet, and I wouldn't say it's been particularly cold, but it's been cold-ish, but it's just wet. It's been so grey. I feel like I haven't seen the sun for so long, and yeah, I'm really missing it. I'm really struggling. So it is lovely on days like today when the sun starts to come out, and it just makes everything feel so much better. This is dark oatmeal that I'm going in with here. Just add a little bit of ground. A little bit more of that on there. It's kind of a almost like an olivey brown. I've got a darker brown as well, which I'll add some details on with. Now is that Is that dirt there as well? It looks like it is, because otherwise those leaves would be just floating in midair, wouldn't they? Let's add some in there. I don't know, it seems to kind of peter off into nothing. I'm going to add a little bit around here as well, just to kind of fill in some gaps and make it look, yeah, okay. I mean, that's, you know, it's not awful, it's not a masterpiece, it's not terrible. Right, let's add some darker brown. I'm kind of just going to add this in like little dots and dabs. A little bit more in there. A bit darker behind the kind of background, but yeah, just kind of like giving it a little bit of a textured look. I don't know. It's kind of cute. I mean, it's... I don't feel like my orangey yellowy crocuses are quite bright enough. So have they dried? Yeah, they've dried quite a bit. So I might just come back in with another layer of that yellow and see if I can deepen that up a little bit, because they look really pale. I want them to be brighter. That's better. That's a better, brighter colour. Otherwise they just look a bit lost, I think. They looked a bit insipid, really, if they were that pale. Crocuses tend to be really nice, bright colours. So, yeah, I like that a bit better. I'm being quite rough with this, so I don't have to be perfect. A little bit more down. But yeah, that just looks, I don't know, it kind of lifts it all a bit more, doesn't it? Makes it look a little bit less pale and, yeah. Insipid, I think, is a good word. Okay, I like that better, for sure. I don't want to add too many layers on, because I can already feel that paper is, oh, look at that paper. That paper is already getting a bit, yeah, a bit crinkly. Right. What else do I want to do? Do I feel the need to add much more? I don't know. I'm going to add a background. Let's see, I didn't get any blues out. Let's see what blues I could use. What have I got? I think if I start with light blue, and then I can mess around if I don't like it. So here's light blue. Make sure that's all cleaned off. Add a bit of that down. Get this brush working again. It's a bit dry. It's like a fine line between too dry and too wet. You want to kind of be a little bit careful that it's not too wet, but you don't want it too dry either. Just a little bit of blue to add to the background. I mean, I didn't really have any like colour palettes or anything in mind. I just knew I wanted like purple and yellowish crocuses. So that's all I kind of had in mind when I started this. And then I thought, well, I'll add some pink in there for those other flowers, and greens obviously for the leaves. And then I just thought, well, blue for the background. So it's a simple page. It's not particularly detailed. It's a pretty page. I like it. There are, like I say, these seasons books are not my favourites, but there are some pages in here that are really pretty and really fun, and I do like them. But yeah, they're just not, you know, they're not books that I reach for often. So I felt like it was okay to do this kind of experimenting in here. More of that. Yeah, because I felt like I could just, well, it doesn't really matter if I don't end up liking it all that much. It's gone really dark in that little bit. As you can see, I'm not being overly careful. I'm not being all that delicate. And what we'll do is we might just fade this out into nothing kind of at the edge of those bubbles. So we got a bit of colour. I don't want to fill in the whole page with colour. I just want it to be quite soft. Soft and delicate. And then, yeah, I'm going to I'll add gel pen and, you know, add some stuff with that and make it, you know, just add some details in with that sort of thing, so it kind of adds something to it. Getting like really dark patches, and then it kind of, I think I haven't got enough water again. The brush seems to be drying out quite quickly, but I can't squeeze, I don't know what's going on with my brush. I can't seem to squeeze the water out. It's better. It's going to be quite a wrinkly page when it's finished. There we go. So now I've got too much water, but I'll wipe a little bit off. Yeah, I don't know. It looks alright. You can see here, like, it got really wet and the paper's gone quite wrinkly there. Just add a touch more to this. I just want a tiny bit more just around here. But yeah, I can feel the water, feel the paper is starting to go in those places, so I want to be a little bit careful. I mean, I think it looks okay. I don't know what I'm going to do with this bit. I don't know what to do with that. Do I just add some, what am I doing? Do I just add some like random bits of colour, like some of my lightest colours? Let's see. And just kind of mix it all together. Why not? Let's play. Let's play and just add blobs of. I'm going to work relatively quickly because I don't want it to dry out too much and not. Yeah, I don't want it to dry out too much and not be. What other colour? Yellow? I don't know. Kind of just making this up as I go along. Just kind of adding some of those colours. It's probably going to look really messy. And muddy-ish. Just add a little bit of purple in maybe. Just a little bit. I think I want to water that down quite a bit. If I can get some water out of my brush. Oh, it's really not coming out. Don't know why. There we go. Right. Oh, that was painful. It took a bit of effort. That's maybe a bit too watery now. Let's add some more. No idea what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of chucking colour down and hoping for the best. I think it's probably looking a bit of a mess. Hey ho. We can maybe add some maybe some white gel pen over those details and it will look better. I don't know. Who knows? It's been fun. I've had a lot of fun with this today. A lot of fun. Having just a bit of a play. Oh, I feel like I've missed some blue there. Where did I put that blue? It's, I feel like I missed a little bit of blue in here. Yeah. I might just deepen some of this bit up a bit. And then I think I'll call it and just maybe add some, add a bit of gel pen and yeah, just a bit of glitter and sparkle. Never did any harm, did it? Yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's okay. Right, I'm going to call it there. What do you think? Is it a complete disaster? Do you think it's okay? I think once I add a little bit of sparkle and shine, I mean, it did completely ruin the other page, as you can see, and it's still quite wet. Oh, I'm trying to hold it up and I can't grab the book. yeah, we've completely destroyed the other page, but that's okay. That's okay, because like I say, I don't use this book very often. Yeah, I'm going to call it that, and I'm going to add some gel pen and sparkles and stuff once it dries. I need to let it dry for a bit. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching me experiment. It's always good to try something new. I had a bit of fun, and yeah, like I say, it's not a masterpiece. I don't love it, but it's not terrible. And I had a lot of fun. And sometimes that's what it should be about, shouldn't it? Just enjoying the process and not stressing, not worrying about whether it's gonna like get 100 likes on Instagram or whether it's gonna, you know, whatever. It was enjoyable, and I had a lot of fun. And yeah, sometimes we just need to remind ourselves that that's what it should be about. So thank you so much for joining me today. I can't speak. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you all again soon. Enjoy the colouring, whatever you're doing. Remember, it's not about producing the best piece of work every time. Sometimes it's just about having fun and enjoying the process and experimenting, trying new things, trying new techniques. Like I say, leave a comment down below if you've tried anything new recently. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you all again very soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.